The views and opinions expressed in this podcast are those of the hosts and guests and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of the podcast platform, its affiliates, or even the hosts. The information provided is for general informational purposes only and should not be taken as legal, financial, or professional advice. The host and guests are not liable for any errors of omission in the content, nor for any losses, injuries, or damages arising from the use of the information provided. Listeners are encouraged to seek professional advice relevant to their specific circumstances.
You are now running with scissors. Let's go.
Ding, ding, ding.
Hello.
Yo.
Hey, where they at?
Bro, I don't know what they coming, bro. I think it might just be us two.
You mean they left us here by ourselves?
Yeah, I believe so.
Oh, shout out to producer John. He done pulled up on us. Shout out to producer John. From the ops, my producer John from the ops pulled up on us. So we got somebody to run the boards. Yes, sir.
For sure.
Bro, I think the women left us here by ourselves, bro.
I guess we just gonna really be running with scissors and accidentally stabbing things.
You think?
Might just have some wild takes, you know what I'm saying? Might just resurrect some old things, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Watch this. It is me. I am RG. I am the one. Put that on the board. Shout out to Moon Man Moves.
Shout out to Moon Man Moves, man.
Yes.
The era. What's good, great people? Is Ezel Moon. This is RG, and this is Welcome to Running with Scissors. We are a two-man show today. Shout out to John. Man, we have a topic. We got some things we want to discuss. And the first thing we want to talk about is whether or not y'all as humans are redeemable. I'm joking. We're gonna talk about
That's a good call.
the biggest though, an elder versus what?
Elder versus just older. In other words, some people you look at them as like they're wise, you can get some game from them. Some people just old. They just old.
Old don't mean wise, boy.
No, it does not. That means you've been somewhere for a long time. That don't mean you learn nothing.
A thing, especially nothing that's applicable or something that you can really just pass on to somebody that needs it. Like, there's a lot of people that you know are just grown children that don't have the wherewithal or the common sense to be able to navigate the world in a manner that reflects that, hey, they've been here for a while.
Facts. So I'm gonna get into my Michelle 1L shout out. So she usually has definitions. So your boy got some definition, right? While both terms refer to someone advanced in age, like older generation, older generation compares like things, people. Elder implies respect, wisdom, and specific rank, seniority amongst family or community. So you could be old in your neighborhood and no one gives a good crap about what you say, but an elder holds a higher regard for how they're looked at and their respect. So that would be the big difference. Because, some people, they be like, why are you talking about me? I'm 50 years old or I'm 60 years old. That don't mean you got some sense.
That don't mean
what up, Terrell? Terrell in the building, my main man. What up, though?
What's happening?
What up, Joanne? Welcome to the show.
Hey.
Glad you are recovered. Yeah, the big homie Joanne had a little small surgery, and I'm glad she's back up and running. She was so good. Happy
Yeah, we're
good recovery, good recovery.
grateful. But now, to me, yeah, that elder is I mean, and honestly, I would hope that everybody has an elder in their life, you know what I'm saying, to help guide them along their path, because a lot of the people that have walked these paths before us, those are the ones that we should, you would hope that we could glean something off of to make our us going through it easier. But I've noticed that there's quite a bit of, you got your elders, your older ones, and some of your elders are just selfish with the knowledge too. It's a real
True,
thing.
true, true, true. So by the CDC terms, older is 60 or above. So that's if you're just talking about stuff that's old. 60 or above is considered older. But elder, I don't think there's really a number for elder, because you have some people who have like mad wisdom and they're way younger than you. And then you have some folks that are literally your age or double and they got game. So I'm not sure. Is there a time limit for wisdom or being the elder?
Mhm.
Is there a time limit, buddy?
No, I'd be lying if I said that there was, because I mean, like you said, it's some young cats out here that really like
Got game.
like
Like a
got it.
referee.
Like, you know what I
Right.
mean? Like, and they share it, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's across different, like, just cultures and just different, like, subjects, you know what I mean? Like, I've been around some of these young ones, someone that's like young and they have like legitimately grasped it and have been able to regurgitate it.
Sir,
Um,
sir, sir, sir. You interview those people every Wednesday on your show.
I do. I definitely do.
Tune in
I
tomorrow.
definitely
You can
do.
see one of those elders. Yes.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's what we
But I
call a
mean,
shameless plug. Yes.
this is, and I appreciate it's a good shameless plug too. But I do wonder, like, for me, um, I'd be remiss to call anybody that's like in their 20s and elder. You know what I mean? I know people that are like, I know the young kids, like the 8, 9 year olds, they'll call
Yeah.
them the people in their 20s. Oh, that's my elder. You know what I mean? Like, they have to respect their elders.
Yeah. So
But
I would say life experience, but in most cases, we're always looking up to the people who
right.
did it before us. So yeah,
Yeah.
I can see where elder may not be elder for me at 20, but the kid that's like 18 and he just watched the big homie go to college, that would be his elder. Hey man, how'd you get there? What was it like to be a freshman? Blah blah blah.
Mhm.
You know,
Do
or
you feel like,
sometimes somebody that like, damn, you went through all that. Let me say that
right?
your learning tree. You know,
You know? Do you feel like there's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there are like you can be an elder like in certain subjects, and then just, an older human being in others.
yeah, absolutely, bro. Because we say this in our general life, no one's an expert at everything.
Correct. Yeah.
So if I want to know about social justice or how to like throw a festival, guess who I'm going to talk to?
Right.
That guy, because that guy knows how to do all those things. I just want to show up and eat barbecue. This guy knows how to run one. So yes, you are definitely my elder when it comes to these public events. If I want to know about
Yeah.
higher education or how to properly pledge and be a Greek, excuse me, I mean, I didn't no disrespect, Greek. That, you know what I
Mhm.
mean? Because that guy has lived it, you know.
Man, look, bro, if I
So
need
yeah,
a knowledge.
so he's definitely my elder when it comes to those things that I don't have a damn clue on how to do, and I greatly use his talents to get
Shit,
smarter.
bro.
Right.
Bro, you an elder when it comes to me, when it comes to like literally just being able to hold down a household, learn about, being able to, keep a solid relationship with your kids, really, hell, you elder when it comes to being able to just retain some semblance of sanity, and being able to separate yourself from things that, are really just draining you for your energy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of different, paths that you've walked in my that I've as I've grown with you through times, like, oh yeah, no, like I need to get that. I need to get that knowledge off of you. You know what I mean? Like
Appreciate it.
it's yeah,
Oh,
okay,
big shout out to homie Detroit Slap Action said older is age without wisdom. Yup, that glad you tuned in, Brody, because that's exactly what we defined it as. So yeah,
yeah,
good looking, my boy.
mm,
And elder is like the patriarch that provides guidance. Good looking, my boy.
I'll
By the
take that.
way, this is a guy that this is one of my elders. Like I call him my brother, but like dog, like I consider him one of my elders, dog, because I picked up a lot of game over the years, knowing this guy over 20 years. And this guy just happened to save my life. So, you know, so
Oh,
yeah. So elders, yep. Talking to one right now. That's my guy. So shout out to you, Detroit Slapbox. For real.
I wonder, you know, especially with these new kids that are coming up, how should the younger generation, you know, challenge like harmful ideas, you know, from older generation? Because I feel
Ooh,
like
that
I feel like there's a subtle art to it. You know what I mean? Like, especially so that you know the conversation is productive and it leads to both sides being able to come away with like some you know, more knowledge in regards to whatever it is that you know the original harmful idea was based on.
let's see. Terrell said there are a lot of people I consider an elder that are younger than me. True that. Yep.
Mhm.
Bro, it's really difficult to answer that question because in my generation, we didn't have that many influences pulling at us. We had
Yeah,
TV, our imagination, and the bad habits we learned from television that we tried. But we pretty
yeah.
much had like a lot less distractions. I don't know how you fight AI, internet, crazy
Mhm.
TV, your
Yeah,
friends. You know what I mean? So it's really hard to catch someone's attention. I guess it's going to be one of the things on a case by case basis, whether what you're saying resonates with them, right? Because me and you were kind of talking about that earlier, right? Where
right,
like you can give somebody the game, you can teach them how to be a better person, and then they'll still go out and be a monkey somewhere.
right.
And I'm saying that to keep them cussing. So
Mhm.
yeah, they'll act a fool after getting all this game and understanding what their choices can bring them. So
Mhm. I feel like you gotta challenge the idea, but like, you know what I'm saying, not the person's humanity. You know, like
right,
you
right.
can disagree with the someone's beliefs without dismissing like their entire just life experience. You know what I mean? Like you gotta make sure that when you're having that discourse that you're not just trying to win an argument, but you know, you like keeping in your mind that you're creating understanding and you know what I'm saying, leading with curiosity before correction. You know, like ask questions that have people like examine their own thinking, you know what I mean? Like it's because not everybody is going to, you know, come to the table with that skill, and this might just be that through that conversation with you as the younger person, you
Yeah.
know, you could in fact be the person that like sparks that.
Michelle with
Oh,
one L.
let
Shout
me
out.
reflect.
Hope you feel better, sis. Hope you feel better.
Hope you feel
Like
better, sure.
one half of the Wonder Twins is off work today, so that's our little
Yeah,
that's our crew name, the Wonder Twins. So
got you. Yeah, man.
but I think it's a case by case basis, right? Because sometimes the wisdom comes at the time where you need it the most. So sometimes the correction part is the game.
Right,
That young cat that's getting ready to go pop the trunk and do some dumb stuff, and the OG be like, "Hey, dude, I just did 15 years. How about we not do this?"
right.
Or the kid who wants to crash out on his teacher because he got a C instead of a B, and another student's like, "Hey, bro, you gonna get suspended over a C?" You know what I'm saying? So I
Mhm,
think it's time and place and the position you're in. You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
Oh, and she said, being the elder is earned. Being old is just old. It's just old.
Yeah,
It's damn old. Am I saying that right? Yeah. It's just damn old. Yeah.
yeah,
So yeah.
it's just
Just
oh,
being old. Yeah. Because a lot of people been here a long time and they still stupid. So it's
absolutely.
just what it is. Sorry. Hate to be that guy, but I'll be honest. All right,
It's
let's
true.
see. Let's see.
I was
Older
gonna ask.
applies to anyone or anything. Plants, animals, whatever. Elder is, I'm saying this for the people who just pulled up. Elder is strictly used for people typically with families, social groups. So what we mean by that is that the CDC considers you old at 60. An elder is someone who's recognized by their status, their wisdom, their leadership, which not just simply because they live here longer,
Not just because they live long.
And I'm gonna do one more Star Wars caveat. I think Yoda is not an elder; he's just older. He outlived all the smart people because he was 900 years old and he got everybody killed. But that's just me and my Star Wars theory. All right, keep going. Just saying. I just think he outlived everybody.
I believe.
I really do.
But my question now becomes, if an elder's role is to pass down wisdom, right, and a younger person's role is to move society forward, what happens when those two responsibilities collide?
You get everything we have in life right now. You have teenage rebellion. You have sometimes you have elders that feel like you should just listen to me because I am the elder. So it's like a lot of times when we have these culture classes, we're actually turning our ears off to what we need to hear. Like the elderly need to chill the fuck out and understand that, you barking at somebody is not going to get the message across. And the young person walking around thinking like you know everything while you're actually failing in life is never a dub. So it's always that fight in the generations, finding that gap between communication and respect. Because I've noticed that some of the elders, especially the ones of my age group, they feel like word is bond no matter what they say to you. And it might be game, but it might be disrespectful. They feel like you just got to take it because they've been here a long ass time. And I'm here to tell you, the quickest way to lose a young person is by not respecting them. I ain't say you got to jock them or be all up in their mix, but showing a level of respect to somebody, it doesn't matter about the damn age group. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's where a lot of our elders of nowadays lose young people. Do what I say now as I do. Nonsense like that. So
I think that kind of ties into people wanting to see a sermon rather than hear a sermon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Also, to another thing that you touched on in there, as far as respect goes, especially when it comes to communication, I believe there's a way that you should respectfully communicate. That way, you can in fact earn the respect back, and also. Well, now I'm pushing back against my own thought process. Where is respect given, earned, or both?
True. No, I get what you're saying. Here's the problem sometimes, right? I think sometimes the older you get, the less you forget that you were once young. And I wasn't a hellion as a kid, but I had a chip on my shoulder naturally because I was young and I didn't know shit. So when you're fighting with that mentality, it's always going to be an uphill battle to give someone information that they didn't ask for, but they need.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I talk to myself, they be like, this again, damn. And I'm trying to save them from themselves, but they either are going to receive it or they're going to suffer.
Right.
But I do try to offer the game as much as possible. So we'll see. Ultimately, we'll see. So.
How many times have you encountered somebody that's that is supposed to be an elder, but you can just clearly tell that they're just an older person demanding respect but don't deserve it? And
all the time.
But how do you navigate that? You know what I mean? And how would you tell a young person coming up? You know what I'm saying? Hey, this is how you want to maneuver this.
Okay, so with the older person, there is a level of respect for making it this long. If you got through this very dangerous environment to 60, it's a dub. Regardless of how you got here, you're still 60. So if you feel like you want to share something with me, I feel like you've earned enough of my attention. As long as you're not disrespectful, or I will listen to you, even if I think what you're saying is other BS. But I feel like you've at least earned my ear for a limited amount of time. Whether I take it into my soul and use it, probably not. But at least I feel like I can hear you out. Because even with the most ridiculous things, sometimes there's some game in there. How many times you heard somebody that was literally talking gibberish and then they must mess around and say the right thing? You'd be like, oh shit,
Oh yeah,
Right.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's usually on that tip. I if someone's older than me and they feel like they want to speak to me, regardless if I know who they are, I try to give them my attention as much as I can, as long as they're not demanding or being disrespectful. You know, especially when you're like of my culture, because a lot of us, more of us are getting to 50 and 60, but a lot of people I went to school with did not make it to 40. So when you meet somebody like in your age group or a little higher that made it to that point, you're like, oh, you lived through something.
Yeah.
So I can at least afford to hear you out. You know what I'm saying? And what was the second half of that, my man?
As
About the
far as
younger, you
like,
said.
how would you like what advice would you give to somebody, a young person that actually experiences an older person, and how would you tell them that navigate how to navigate that conversation that they have, especially when it's just a older person just demanding respect, and hasn't done anything that honestly quite warrants that respect.
Kind of the same way I do it. I'm like, I don't have to take in everything you say, but I do,
Right.
out of respect, since you were here so long, I will offer you a bit of my time if I have that to spare. If I'm rushing to work and you're not now tell me about what happened in the 60s, sorry, I'll have to Google the civil rights movement because I got to go to work. But if I
Right.
do have time, I will take that time out to, get some game or at least hear them out. And I think young people are so in a rush, and I may sound like an old person. A lot of young people in a rush, and sometimes they're rushing to nowhere. They just want to be somewhere else, but they're actually missing out on a lot of the lessons that they could have gotten by just sitting still for 30 more seconds. And I was the same way, so it's not like I'm sitting up here like all of a sudden I got it all together. I don't.
Yeah.
So, sir, with you being the educator of the young mind, how do you reach people? And I'm specifically asking you this. So, how do you reach people, for one? And how do you disconnect when the message doesn't reach them, but it needed to? Is that a sign that you failed, or is that a sign that they just wasn't ready for the message?
I see what you're doing.
Yes, you know what I'm doing.
I see what you're doing. And that's a good way to bring a off camera convo to the camera, boy. That's a good one.
I'm a podcaster. I'll be here all week.
Yeah. How do I so what I do is honestly speaking, I'm just honest with them. I just lay out, hey, these are my experiences that align with whatever it is that you are going through or have went through, and here's what I learned from them. These are the experiences of people that I have acute memories with, and that I can, provide you what I learned from what they've taught me. And all I can do is just give it to you. Like and maybe it's always been this way, but because I'm getting older and I'm really seeing it, like based upon my more and more of these experiences that I rack up, I've been such right, I can lead a horse to water, but I
But you
cannot
sure
make
as hell
you drink.
can't make
I
them drink.
cannot make you drink.
No.
I can give you the wellspring of knowledge, or like I can give you the game, my boy, but you can't, if you're not gonna take it and utilize it, then that's just totally on you. So I
But I'm gonna
have
flip it though, right?
mhm.
Because remember, they see the polished professional Ezel Moon leader of people. They never seen the Ezel who was trying to figure it out. They never seen the Ezel who struggled for an exam. They never seen the Ezel that had to put hands on people. Or like drag people out of cars and bars and trunks. Trunks for me, it's happened a lot of times more than we think. But how do you get them to understand that without going back to that place? Yes, I put people in trunks. It's for their own
Yeah,
safety, by the way.
Trucks are a whole lot safer than people think.
Mm. Yeah, all right.
How do I, without going back to that place?
Yes.
Man, wait. So the question is, how do I convey that knowledge without going back
Yes,
there?
without going back to that place.
There's
Because, oh
the
man, Ezel,
only
what you talking about? You and Omega, dog. You got this. We see you with the
yeah,
job and everything. How you playing? You made it. What you gonna
but
tell me? I'm 2026. I'm 18. What you gonna tell me?
all I can do is just literally just give. There's nothing else to do but talk to these people. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing else to like. Cause I can't take. I can't. I'm not going to incriminate myself. I'm not gonna bring you like goddamn. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna like, oh, hey, let me hit up such and such because we was the ones doing this together, or let me call. No, bro. Like, I'm only going to just talk you through. Hey, this is what took place. This is how I navigated. Hope that you don't have to go through this, and I hope that you make better decisions than the ones in which I made. But it's like this generation is after me, and hell, even like the ones that are even coming up after them, like it's like they have no concept of reality. You know what I mean? Like oh hey, like
All
this
right.
is like actual like my real life. Like I'm only going to be able to experience June 16th, 2026 one time. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
and
today is the
each
first
and
day to
every
the rest of your life.
exactly. Like and it's difficult, because especially if you care, like
Mm.
it becomes it tugs at the heartstrings, and it is a thing that weighs on the mind because of the fact that you're not talking for nothing, and especially if you're somebody that hates to repeat yourself.
Yes.
Like it's
Yes.
even worse. Like it is even worse because you don't find yourself giving out that same knowledge to these kids, to a bunch of people that it's just gonna be like, oh what, until bang they hit their head, and it's like, wait, what was that thing that you were telling me? All well, it was all of this, and even then, still some of them are gonna hit their head multiple
Yeah.
times, and it's just
Anyway.
not anyway, and it's just not gonna connect. And I don't know what part of, and mind you, this is just me personally
Yeah,
speaking.
yeah,
Like
yeah. Yeah. We speaking
I
from your
don't
heart,
have
bro.
it. It's hard for me to be the person that says I and just let it go because of the fact that
Right.
I got sons where like I gotta, I would hope that anybody who stepped into my child's life would
Mm-hmm.
have the capacity to continue to remain there and continue to guide with their own knowledge and thought process. I'm gonna be there regardless, like because that's those
Yeah,
kids.
that's your folks.
But,
That's your life.
but when it comes to like if you decide that, oh hey, I want to, I find something inside this kid that like kind of like how I see each and every child that comes across like my path. It's like, okay, well, I see something in them that makes me want to just pour this knowledge into them and say, hey, I just want the best for you. I just want the absolute best for you. Like I don't, it's just innate inside of me to feel and think that way.
All right.
And I would hope that anybody who decides to, have interactions with my kids feels and thinks that way as well. And can in fact, like just not give up. But I'm realizing like the further along this path that I go, the older I get, it's
Right.
like
Right.
there's so many like people that are just telling me like, bro, you gotta let that, like you're doing this, you know what I'm saying, to the universe, and you gotta just do this, like let it go. Whatever is going to take place is going to take place, and recognize that what if there's going to be something that these kids, the next generation can grasp onto, hold on to, and actually like okay, utilize, then they will. But it is not, it's
Mm-hmm.
not, you're not failing because of the fact that they're not utilizing the words of wisdom that you provide. And it's
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
hard,
No.
man. Like It's kind of hard. Like it legitimately is difficult to like reconcile that, especially as someone who has seen kids come and go, who has been to funerals for kids, who's been the person that has like has to get to all these different spaces and that's poured into them, that's trying to pull them off the streets, all these different things, bro. Like it's just I don't know, bro. It's jarring, bro. Like it really is jarring
Yes.
to like try to reconcile the fact that your your empathy can in fact be part of your downfall because of the fact that you're just pouring so much into other people.
I'm gonna say this one thing, and then we'll hit the break. John, get ready. I'm trying to cue him up, right? Because you're not used to our format. The hardest thing that I had to learn as a now middle-aged adult is that you have to let go, because a lot of people you invest in, you usually want more for them than you want for yourself. And sometimes, even though you want more for them, it just doesn't work out. And the hardest thing was to let go of that and know that I did everything I could in my power to help you get to where you want to go. And it's not on me anymore. And I should not feel guilty because you missed the mark.
Right.
That's been the hardest lesson for me to really reconcile with, is that I did do my best. It just didn't work out for you. I got to be okay with that because it wasn't anything I did. I did everything I could to help you on your path, but your path was different than what I thought. And part of that's ego. So, part of it's ego. We feel like we can just help everybody. We can do everything. We can just be superheroes. And, we can, if we just give them some game, couple dollars, whatever, they'll be good. And sometimes it just doesn't happen. And that's okay, because maybe what I see for you and what you see for yourself are two different things.
Right.
Tough stuff. So, Mr. John, hit the commercial, my man. Please and thank you.
WSAN Radio, the soul of America and beyond. Turn it up and feel the rhythm of the greatest old school music ever made. From Smokey Robinson and the Temptations to Diana Ross, Aretha Franklin, Luther Vandross, and more. This is the music that touches your soul and moves your spirit 24/7. Listen live now at WSANradio.com and take the vibe with you everywhere. Download the WSAN Radio app today on the Apple App Store or Google Play. WSAN Radio, feel the soul.
Got me together with this two-piece. It's the good leggings, no see-through business.
We are back. Running with scissors. I am RG.
I'm Ezel Moon.
Oh, he got the MC mic. We about to spit a freestyle, bro? He got.
Yeah, nah. I I'll drop a freestyle immediately just because
Rules up a little bit.
But nah, I was gone. I just said I found the mic and I was like,
huh? Oh, man, we were both frozen up for a second. But we're back, I think. All right, so let's do a run back of what we talked about earlier, because I can't hear. He said something crazy and I can't hear him. All right, so topic: elder or just older? What is the difference? Big shout out to Javari, Terrell, Joanne, Michelle 1L. They kind of defined it for us in the first hour. we're pretty much saying older just means it's a descriptor for people, places, and things. Elder implies respect, wisdom, and rank, and within seniority within a family community. So with that being said,
I said, if in fact you are 60 or older, guess what? Use older to the CDC. But if in fact you just have wisdom, knowledge, and gain, and you impart it in the right spaces at the right time, guess what? Use an elder. And we respect our elders. I got a question. Why does every generation think that they had it harder?
Because we all fought different battles. Right? So my parents grew up like in wars. Yeah, but think about it. If you're brown in this country, you've never left the war. So my parents had civil rights to deal with. Yeah, my parents had civil rights. Their parents had sharecropping and like active like people who want to kill you. Our generation, we were kind of spared some of the civil rights stuff, but we were always threatened with the thought of war. We watched mad wars. We watched nuclear bombs. We watched space shuttles blow up. We watched the things that were promised to us go away. When I was a kid, they say, hey, go to get an education, get blah, blah, blah. You work at a job 20 years, you're good. By the time I got to 18 years old, they were already laying off the people they promised that 10 years ago. Mm. So every promise from my generation was set on fire as we tried to aspire to be it. You guys are fighting in your mind and you're fighting against technology because now the technology is trying to become your parent and trying to teach you how to be. So everybody's battle was different for the time frame.
Do you feel like the kids are softer nowadays or are we just older?
Nope. I feel like they are exactly where they need to be for their time frame, right? Mm-hmm. Ain't nobody even being soft, right? Because, dog, I'm gonna be keeping a buck with you. Half the stuff I went through, I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to fight. Right. I didn't want to I didn't want, yeah, I had to do it because that was the time frame I was in, but some of the stuff I went through is not a badge of honor. You know what I mean? No. If I had to, you know what I'm saying? If I had got through life and didn't have to throw hands or got bullied or anything, I would have been totally okay with that. You know what I'm saying? You think I wanted to build character by dropping out of college? No, I wanted a damn Lexus coupe at 22. Stop playing with me. I want to build a character, fool. I wanted money.
Yeah, man. So I don't want no character. Give me money. I need the bread.
Yes. I was trying to get 22s. It didn't work out. That was all like character building. Stop playing with me.
I tried to get 22s instead. I had a total 22. Goddamn.
Yes. My credit score was a 22 too.
My credit score was a 22.
Right. Runs out of college, ain't have no credit. I was all bad. But yeah. I did a lot of things that built my character, but it's not like I signed up for it as a badge of honor. Well, no, you could have gave me the easy life, and I totally would have been okay with it. Shoot.
I think there's a thing that it's something inside of what you're saying that kind of like, to me reflects like every generation up until this newest one. Like it seems like every generation, even my own, right, we're struggling like it's a badge of honor. Like, oh yeah, man, I had to go through this, that, and it's just kind of just speaks to like our hardships and resilience. Don't get me wrong, and I can respect it, but it's like, why is it that we wear struggle like a badge of honor when there's so many other things that we could literally put as honorifics towards us? You know what I mean?
You know why? Because we're tired of crying and we're trying to prove to the kids that there is a bigger struggle at hand.
Right.
I can't cry anymore tears about the shit that didn't go right.
Right.
Because I live in those decisions, in those moments every day I wake up. Mm-hmm. And I try to tell my little ones, like, hey, this sucks now. I've seen worse. You're okay. And I don't mean that
Yeah.
like I'm bragging, but bro, you're good.
Like, yeah.
Yes, not
Like it actually,
worse.
like it
So
actually
I
gets
don't know if
better.
it's a humble brag. It's just telling like, bro, you're going
Yeah.
to be fine. Trust you, me.
Yeah.
Cause
It's so funny watching kids think that it's the end of the world. Like little stuff. Like it's like, no, it's not. You got so much more life ahead of you,
mhm.
that shouldn't be taken for granted. Real
But
real talk.
we we don't we don't give the young people credit, right?
Yeah.
Because we seen this stuff before. They're seeing it for
Mhm.
the first time, and sometimes I feel like we actually belittle the young because we're like, what? You got your first low score on a test. The hell's wrong with you, kid? You be all right, but that's the first time they've ever seen it.
Yeah.
We're seeing it as people who've done this over and over again. They're seeing it as the first time, and sometimes we don't realize that. Yeah, this is the first time this kid ever fell off his bike. Yeah, he's probably gonna cry.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
So I don't think we put enough because and don't get me wrong, I totally got this wrong as an adult. It's just the older I got, I'm starting to see perspective. So I don't want to act like I'm some super parent. No, not
Mm.
by all. But I see it differently now the older I've gotten and the more I got to see the bigger picture. And I think that's where the wisdom comes from. I see the bigger picture versus back when I was younger, I seen it from only my point of view. I understand
Right.
my dad more now at 50 than I did at 25.
Absolutely. 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 Um, I did have a question though, bro.
Yo,
With all this knowledge that we have now, and and a lot of the uh conversation being more pushed towards healing, you know, do you feel like healing is replacing resilience?
what if I told you healing is resilience? It takes it takes a strong person to want to heal and be better. I
Right.
don't think everybody thinks heal, oh, you're better, we'll throw a band-aid, oh, it's a boo-boo. Like, no, dude.
Mhm.
It takes a lot of strength to say, yo, this happened to me, and I'm not going to let it define me and be what my rest of my life is. I don't
Right.
think people give healing enough credit because it's looked at as weakness. Like, oh, my scratch is going away. I'm good. Yay. Mommy, now I'm a big kid now. No, you know what's tough? Shadow work.
Yeah.
Looking in the mirror and being like, hey, bro, I fucked this shit up. And now I have to fix it and I have to live in this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's tough. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's difficult. It's difficult.
Yeah.
It's that should the shadow the shadow work is not just really just any work on trying to build yourself and change for the better is difficult. And it does in fact take a level of resilience, but I wouldn't say that healing is exactly resilience because you can be resilient in so many different things. You know what I mean? You can be
True.
resilient in choosing not to be a better person. You know what I mean? Like and actively just screwing over the world with your just awful shittiness. You know what I mean? Like
That is true.
I
That is true.
I just
Like
I do
that.
I will say that I feel you though. Like I feel like healing does take a certain level of resilience though because to be able to navigate this life and say that hey I just gotta be better, bro. Like I saw this quote that said that people don't change when they want to change, people change when they have to change. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's something in you
Yes.
that just says I have to move I have to get out of this. I gotta change. And like shout out to everybody that is like at that point in their life because for real I feel you. Like
Yes.
it's not easy, bro. Like it's not easy to continue to choose that. Hey, this cannot be where my story either ends or this cannot be like the same chapter I'm still in. I gotta shift this. I gotta turn the page some kind of way. So for those of y'all who are out there dealing with that, man, I salute you. Sincerely speaking, I salute you.
Fam,
Um,
I said that to myself last week. Like, yo, this can't be it. Like, come on,
like
son.
this can't be, bro.
This can't be it,
So
son.
you talking about last week, bro? I said that shit to myself today. I was like, bro, this
This
can't
can't
be
be
it.
it.
Like, this can't be it, bro. Like, you know how much,
Yeah.
bro. Like I'm telling you, like things. have to change. Like
Indeed.
have to. You know what I'm saying? Because like I love myself. I'm at a place where I'm able to say that out loud and not, you know what I'm saying, have qualms with me saying that out loud. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
I love the people that are attached to me. And so in the betterment of myself, it means that I can show up better for the people in which I care about. I would be remiss, I would be a fool if I did not change things now,
Right.
immediately. You know what I mean? Like I would be a fool. I would be short, I'd be shorting my legacy. I will be shorting my friends, my family, like the people that, you know what I'm saying, that have earned the title of family in my life. Like and I can't shortchange them because every last one of them have in fact invested in me in a way to where like I not because of them, but because of myself and like how I'm built, like that ROI has to take place. You know what I
I
mean?
respect
Like
that.
I gotta give you something back to show that, bro. Like this is my way of showing you that I love you. Me being better is my way of showing you that I love you. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
it's just it's that's just how it goes. Like I don't know.
Yeah, and another thing I was just thought about, right? A lot of
Mhm.
times we're in an environment where when you give, people think there's automatically something they're trying to get in return. So it's a
Right.
lot of times the unconditional love is not the unconditional love. What they say in the 48 Laws of Power, despise the free lunch. Sometimes the lunch is legit free
Mm,
and it's just meant for you to eat. But
true.
when you've actually sowed a seed of distrust in the society, it's really hard to distinguish who actually got your back and who just wants
Yes.
to like stab you in it. So
Yeah.
I don't know how you navigate a space when nothing is real and you only have a few things to anchor to really get a better understanding of things around you. And that's the biggest problem with social media.
Mm,
Nothing is real. Everybody is now a TV star with their own TV show and their own narrative, and there's no perspective. You could be down bad, but you get on the phone and you put their mind around of makeup or lighting, and now you look like a movie star, but you're still
right.
starving. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So how do you find that? How do you find the truth when you can make yourself whatever you want to the world and be okay with
Mhm.
that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's it's difficult, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because honestly speaking, bro, especially when it comes to the social media aspect of things, people just want to present their best selves. And I'm realizing like some of the best content that I've consumed is just people being purely unadulteratedly them, you know. Like I personally like I mean, even when it comes to like my fitness content, bro, like I model it after like what exactly do I, you know what I'm saying, would I like to see. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Um and it's just real, bro. Like it's it I don't
Sir, I'm
know.
gonna
It's
take you
just
back real quick.
yeah.
So, are they being their natural self or is it performance?
Is what?
Is it performance or are they being their natural self? I'm going
That's a
to put
good
that on board
question.
myself. It's deep
That's a
callback.
good that's a throwback. And that's a good question. Is it
Mm-hmm.
performance or is it them being a natural self? I think that some people it's their natural self. For
Okay.
sure, for sure, for sure, for sure. I mean, and I've watched it, especially some people that I know. Like, shout out to Isabella, bro. Like, she like creates content that I'm just like, bro, like that's you know what I'm saying. Like, she's like that's my little sister, bro. Like, I see her and I'm just like, bro, she's doing that in her element. Like she's naturally outgoing, naturally a great soul to have around you. And you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So even when I see like her like do these partnerships and you know create more and more content, I'm like, yo, like that's who that person is. Like
Right.
when people aren't around, like that's you know what I'm saying, that's a glimpse into their soul. Um, so there that exists, but then you know there are the people that, hey, bro, like I know people that got to get like lit before they can even, sit down and talk to somebody
Right.
because of the fact that it helps pull out of them um and a more outgoing personality. It helps make it comfortable for them to be able to even answer questions. You know what I mean? So
Sure.
it literally is it really does depend on the individual. But I always like seeing, what I'm saying, like the actual natural, like a natural, person, like, talk about their talk about or present content that reflects, who they are,
What they truly feel.
what they truly feel. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
man.
I agree with that, bro. We talked about that quite a few months ago, and I was like, I had to amend my thoughts when it came to that because I feel like anytime you post something of social media, regardless of whether it's your natural thoughts, there is a
Yeah,
small level of performance
yeah,
because you know what I mean. When you hit that, because think about it, you can think about it in your head all day, and you can be okay. But once you turn the camera on, you share with the world, it becomes some level. I'm not taking it away from the message, but it's still some level of performance when you share those things with the world, right?
right.
So that was kind of my bigger point a couple months ago, and I was just trying to say it to piss you off, but that's just me being a troll. That's just what I do. So
My guy.
that's what I do. Got to stick with strong points.
Gotta stick to the strong points, goddamn.
Yep.
Man, I actually had a follow-up question to something that, we was talking about earlier, but I never
Okay.
got to ask it.
What you got?
You brought this to mind. Do you think that every hardship is a character building moment? Because I really want to like get to the basis of what we consider to be like, wisdom, right? Like, do you feel like, every hardship is a character building moment? I'm gonna tell you right now, I believe that, I hate to say it, but yes, even in the stupid stuff, because at least lets you know not to do that again. You know what I mean? Like there's like a little bit of knowledge that, all right, I know for a fact that I can't do that again. You know what I mean? Like,
I say yes, but I'm putting a little asterisk, right? If I live in Michigan, if I get a flat tire on a cold day, that's not character building. That's just pissing me off. Sorry, ain't no much character building in the world. It is 5 degrees and my hands are cold. What character did I need to build right now that AAA couldn't help me with? You know what I'm saying? So it just depends on the situation for me. It's like I ain't out here trying to build character. It's cold, son.
Yeah, but like I think even in that, like the lesson is, hey man, check your tires, you know what I'm saying? Or look out on the road for stuff that could be in there that could pop your tire. You know what I mean? Like there's a
Bro, it's
lesson in
Michigan.
it.
There is a pothole waiting for you. You go outside and take your mailbox. It might be a pothole on the sidewalk, bro. That's just how Michigan it is. You can't see them all.
You ain't never lied, because I ain't gonna lie to you. It was something that I said, what in the hell is that?
Yes.
You can put a body in that pothole, goddamn.
Dude, the lag tights. You talking about driving in a cave without a cave? That is some of our Michigan roads. For real.
Shout out to I ain't gonna hold you. Shout out to the state of Michigan. I rock with y'all. Especially
I love it here, man. But these roads, you better get you a good car, bro. I'm gonna tell you like that. You know what character building is when they tell you $400 for them brakes and them tires? That is character building.
Well, that ain't character building. If you gonna build a villain. I'm right. Somebody getting robbed.
See?
Immediate villain building. That ain't character building. That's villain
Lesson
building.
learned. Like, what's the difference? I just had to rob you because I can't pay for my car. Yes.
I can't pay for that. Let me get that. Yeah, go ahead. Empty them pockets for me. Go ahead. Put them.
We joke, we kid. We do not want anyone robbing anybody that gets their car.
Yeah, please don't. We do not endorse crime here. We don't condone crime unless it's victimless.
But we understand.
We're joking. Yeah, just
Understand.
Joking.
Yeah, we're joking.
Don't do crime. You guys, we're kidding. Don't do crime. Okay.
Don't do crime. It's bad.
It's bad. It's bad. All right. See, All right, now we're back to being elders because we were just being older guys. Now we're
Yes.
back to being
Now
elders.
being elders. Yeah, crime is bad.
Yeah, man. Let's see, bro. I think that's all my questions that I had in regards to the topic, bro.
Well, we got 5 minutes in the show, sir. What you got?
Oh.
Okay, I think we can put a pin in this subject. Anybody who wants to expand on the topic or keep
Oh
the
yeah, if y'all
conversation
got
going,
questions, please drop it. Drop a question, comment, concern in the chat. Once again, it was about being older versus being an elder. Real quick though,
Yes.
RG.
Yes, sir.
With the things that that are currently on my mind, the processing, are humans redeemable?
We're back at the old.
Bro, actually, bro, you remember back. All right, y'all. So if you don't know, you won't know. We used to do this show called Moon Man Moves Monday, which honestly speaking, bro, we're probably gonna bring that back. Like,
that was probably one of my favorite podcasts.
That shit, bro, you talking about running with scissors, running with chainsaws. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. There's some shit.
We was a little hot to death.
It was wild. Like, I used to take photos of me and make flights.
Yes.
Yo, yes. And we had a lot of episodes. But anyway, real still. Like we had examples back then for this exact topic, for this exact question, right?
All right.
That were heinous, right? But one of them has actually come to pass. I can't tell you which one.
Okay.
But it's a real thing. Like it's a real thing. Like, so I wonder, are humans redeemable, bro? Like, because I mean, we can't. I don't want no case by case basis. I want blanket statements right now because I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Even with it
I'm
all,
not gonna lie to you. I want to say yes so bad, but one little thing.
This shit is hard, bro. Like why?
I want to say yes so bad, but dude, every time I turn around, it's more nonsense. Yes.
I see so much more nonsense nowadays than ever, and like, I don't know if you saw this thing, bro, but like, so it was this guy from Texas, and I think his wife was there as well, but they had adopted these 3 kids in Colombia. Man, that man was on a balcony essaying the 7-year-old. And bro, I ain't gonna lie to you, like, I'm just like, see, there it is.
What?
Like, that's something that made me say, maybe public execution might be something that we need to like reintroduce into society, because it may be that'll be the thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, shame is not like, you know what I'm saying? Like, shame is not working hard enough for, especially with, things that are currently taking place. I don't feel like shame is working. Public execution, though, might be the thing. Like, so I want to say yes as well. I do. But it's just so much stuff that
yes,
it's like, bro, absolutely not. Send the flood. Go ahead, send the locust, rain, fire.
You say Noah, fire up the ark.
Just go ahead, build the ark. You know what I'm saying? Play the saxophones instead of trumpets. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, bro. Like, just call it a day. Like, this shit is
right. I will say this one thing, sir, because we got 30 seconds to go. But one thing I will say, sir, welcome to the club. It only took 5 years. Welcome to the club, because you held that thought for almost 5 years. I was like,
I just want y'all to know, I hate you all, because
welcome to the club, buddy.
Because I knew when this question was first introduced that it would be our running inside joke. And we would see things that would literally sway us in different ways. But God.
Yep.
Anyway,
Welcome to the club, buddy.
Hey man, this was Moon Man Moves. I mean, this was running with
Same thing, sir.
This is running with scissors.
Brody.
How did we get here, bro? How did we get here?
That's what happens when the ladies aren't here. They leave us to our own devices and then we get loose. Yeah, this is why we have the ladies on here to keep us kind of in line. Yeah. That's kind of what it is. Anyway, this is what happens when y'all come to work.
Facts.
Just what happened.
Anyway, tune in tomorrow where I'll be interviewing the woman that was the black woman that was intimate with Chud the Builder's rectum.
Man. With that being said, please like, share, and subscribe. Email us at weareunited@myyahoo.com. Please consider donating to the show at Cash App. We are $, we are united for Jesus Christ. That is hilarious.
Yeah. I don't know how or why, but I'm interviewing.
I don't know how or why, but make sure you tune in tomorrow because I'm the producer of that show and I can't wait to come to work tomorrow. Thank you, Easy.
Make us say,
Nah. With that being said, we will catch you next week. And yeah.
We love y'all. See you.
You are now running with scissors. Let's go.